We have a massive day and night ahead of us. Welcome everybody live from the Fast Lane, powered by The Garage. Chad Naylon getting set for what is going to be a wicked day 2 of the action. And for the first time on Live from the Fast Lane, welcome Charlie Bullis, everybody.
Thank you very much. I'm surprised I got the call up, Chad, because I saw there were some very good guest pit reporters yesterday in the form of James Courtney and Will Brown. So look, I'll try and bring a comedy, but there's a lot to live up to. Yes,
and Bryony's shoes are very big to fill when it comes to cracking the jokes live on Facebook. So welcome to the coverage. Give her a big shout out in the comments, everybody. Welcome, Charlie. Let's go and talk about what we've got coming up today, mate, because we've got 250 Ks coming up tonight, and we've got Fox Sports going to be joining us at 11:30, and we've got Network 7 joining us at 4:30. I'm just at the corner of my eye, I'm watching Will Brown here, and I know that your ball skills aren't as great. Come on, Will. I'm open, buddy. Here we go. All right, there we go.
Oh, no, don't count me in. I don't do sport, guys. I'll just hand it back. Thanks so much.
The Shaw and Partners footy, and those guys have been busy actually at the footy park recently as well.
And pretty good results for Brodie yesterday. Second in practice, definitely going pretty well on both sides of the Erebus garage at the minute.
All right, yeah, he was pretty quick yesterday indeed, and we saw Will up and down pit lane. You mentioned our guest pit reporters. Let's go and have a look at these guys. Confirmation that Shaw and Partners is going to stay on the doors of this car right up into Bathurst. I think that's a pretty wise call, given that this car seems very lucky with the new livery on it.
Definitely, you'll see it at the mountain.
Now, we've got Brodie Kosecki around today. We had Will here a second ago, but I can't see Brodie at the moment, so we might even just have a quick chat with Will while we're here. Just mentioning that you've got this partnership now, Shaw and Partners. I said yesterday in the coverage, they're going to have to make you one of the partners of the business, I reckon, mate.
Yeah, no, they're great guys at Shaw and Partners. Earl's been fantastic to us, and it's been really cool to have them on board. They just do it for the love of it, and been really good guys.
What do you got planned for 250 Ks today?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a pretty long race. I don't think it'll be too hot today. We'll just check on the weather, but the car's feeling good. I just made a bit of a mistake yesterday, so get that right in quali. Hopefully get back in the top 10 shootout, which is always really good fun, and then roll onto the race.
All right, nice work. Well, made the Arm Roll top 10 shootout for the very first time in Townsville. He's picked up his first podium this year. He's picked up his first Arm Roll Pole Award. He's had his first shootout, and of course his first win last week, which is absolutely a really huge moment. Let's go for a bit of a wander out the back here and see who else we can find. One thing that I can see, Charlie, teams are lining them up.
Wets. But the big question is, how wet is it going to get, Chad? Because that's the big question that everyone's talking about, and then how it affects their race. Obviously, we saw the last SuperNight, what havoc rain caused around Sydney Motorsport Park.
Yeah, and it's not just a matter of if, but when we're going to get it so far this weekend. So highly likely that we will get some rain today. Looking at the forecast, Charlie, it looks like it's going to happen late afternoon, back off around the race time, which is interesting.
Very interesting.
And then it's going to be pretty hectic after about 9 p.m, so probably right on the checkered flag towards the end of the race. G'day, James. How are we doing? We're likely to see some pretty nasty weather towards the end. So definitely a day that you want to keep an eye on things, because 250 Ks, the new super soft tyre, the wets, there's actually a chance we could see 3 different tyres used in the race.
It's just incredible, and I think refuelling, how exciting is it to have refuelling back? I actually got invited into WAU yesterday and tried to lift one of those rigs. They're so heavy. So I think it's really interesting just how everyone's kind of out of form with that at the moment. We haven't had to do it for a while. So for fans, refuelling, 250K races, I'm so excited.
Well, the anatomy of a pit stop between what we saw last week in a sprint race with only the 2 guns in use and 3 mechanics down each side of the car, compared to what we're going to see tonight with the fuel rigs, the 4 guns, changing 4 tyres simultaneously. But the good part about that is it takes a little bit of the pressure off from the tyre stops, because it gives you the ability to essentially hide a slow tyre change in the fueling. Let's go into Tickford. We're sort of close to some speakers out here.
Speaking of big guns, it's going to the Tickford garage.
Tickford team.
All of these guys in the top 10 in practice yesterday, which is a good return to form for them.
Including 2 cars inside the top 5 as well. Jack LeBrock's been particularly quick in the practice sessions of late. And Cam Waters put that car inside the top 5 as well. He said to, I think it was Craig Lowndes who was chatting to him after that session, said, "It's about time," was Cam's words on that one, but hopefully they can turn that into a podium. They've only had 1 trophy out of the races so far, and it went to that guy right there.
This is who we're looking for, the latest pit reporter. And he's obviously working hard on getting a scoop, Chad, from Ludo.
Exactly. Let's have a chat to Ludo. Well, see if you can get some tips from him, Charlie, and you go. We're going to let you dive on in. Don't be afraid. Go in there. Go on.
It's Supercars' latest pit reporter. Why, it's James Courtney.
Howdy. I'm doing some pit lane reporting and asking Ludo.
You're getting the scoop. Tell us. No one's watching. Just tell us.
No, we're actually just talking about, because we were together in the UK in 99, 2000. He was BTCC, I was Formula Ford, and just laughing about, because he was Nissan then. and we're just talking about how the results were and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, nothing too exciting. Nothing about this weekend.
Well, speaking of this weekend, yesterday practice, you guys seemed to have a bit of return to form inside the top 10, Cam inside the top 5 and Jack as well. So you guys feeling a bit happier now?
Yeah, well that was yesterday. So today's another day, but it'd be great to get some qualifying form back. It makes it so much harder. But strangely enough, the round when it doesn't qualifying doesn't really matter too much as the one where the car's getting better on that one lap speed. So, with this weekend, with it being 250k races, how we use that super soft tyre within that time is going to be really unusual. We haven't driven on it here yet, and we only get to throw it on in the race. So it's I think it's going to be an interesting race this afternoon under lights or this evening. It's always magical. But yeah, there's a bit of rain coming tomorrow, so we'll see how tomorrow pans out, but should be all right today.
And if all else fails, you can have a career on camera.
Yeah, that's right. It was actually a lot of fun. I actually had quite a bit of fun yesterday.
Thank you.
But, yeah, so it was good fun going in and mucking around with those guys and to see it from a different point of view. Typically we're the ones in the car or like now this situation, but I probably don't give enough credit or didn't really think it was as hard as what it actually is to think of stuff to prompt to then get us to talk and not shut up, but to actually get that in momentum was pretty tough. But no, it was good. Bagging everyone out.
Getting kicked out of garages. Well done, James. I just spotted something in the background. I'll let James get back to having his chat with Ludo Lacroix.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pop through this side and check out the radar because I love doing a bit of behind-the-scenes stuff.
Okay, I've got to do it too.
On the coverage. So come on this side.
There we go.
This is one of the guns that we use, the laser guns that we use in pit lane to make sure that nobody's going above 40 kilometres per hour.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are multiple ways that they do it. There's also a bit more technology that's around the actual pit entrance to make sure that nobody's trying to sneak up behind another car, which you occasionally see happen. One of my first ever jobs in supercars was when I was 15 years of age, and I was at the Barbagallo race over in Perth, and I was asked to actually be on one of the laser guns in pit lane that day.
That's a lot of power for a 15-year-old.
It was. Yep. It was. My job was just to write down who was speeding in pit lane. I can confirm that somebody in our broadcast team was pinged on that day. I won't say who it is because they'll never speak to me again, and I might have been sharing the commentary box with them at some point yesterday. But yes, I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of a look at the laser guns that they use down here. And I did see 2 weeks ago when the rain was absolutely howling here that the officials were using these undercover, so they were like trying to get away from the pit wall and hide over there, which made it very difficult to judge the pit lane speeds around all the traffic in pit lane. So just a little bit of fun behind the scenes stuff, Charlie.
Yeah, definitely. And we've had a few penalties like that handed out over the last few weeks. Brody Kostecki got pinged for it. So we've had penalties handed and taken away, handed back to SVG. So it's definitely an important piece of equipment that, can sometimes decide a race.
It can very much be the difference between winning a race or coming just about last if you pick up a pit lane penalty. Just behind us, we've got the Red Bull guys. We didn't see the best out of them yesterday. Jamie Whincup used a green tyre or a good tyre at the very beginning of the session. Shane Van Gisbergen didn't go to a good tyre later in that session, but said he felt like they deserved to be 19th, which was, I thought, an unusual statement from them.
Yeah, he used the word woeful, which is pretty strong from SVG. So let's see if he can turn it around. 19th, Jamie was 6th, but he's so close to wrapping up that title this weekend, but can he do it?
And of course, it was the Shell V-Power guys and Anton De Pasquale who was the quickest in that practice session yesterday. Would have gone even quicker on his last fast lap had he not pinged the track limit. So we're all set here. We've got the Dunlop series here. We've got S5000, we've got the Trans Ams, and the 86 is all supplying the support category action. What are you most looking forward to tonight, Charlie?
Night racing. Night racing and rain. And I'm kind of hoping that they get a couple of laps under dry, then it turns wet and just chaos ensues. But 250 Ks, refueling, there is so much to be excited about, and Supercars under lights cannot wait.
Absolutely. 11:30 on Fox Sports, 4:30 just in time for the Umrell Shootout on Network 7. Well done, Charlie, and her first live from the fast lane. You do not want to miss the action today, the road to Bathurst. It's happening right here in Sydney.
See you then.